Okay, everyone, how are you doing? I'm so sorry about the delay and the password. Um, it just never popped up on my invite, so I didn't know we needed one. But we're gonna get started in a couple of seconds. I just wanna make sure I catch everyone who's trying to join us. And can everyone hear me? If you can, there's a little hand button at the bottom that you can raise your hand, or you can say hello. It's up to you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good. All right, so we're gonna get started, and I will try to keep an eye out to see if anyone else is trying to join us. In the meantime, please do um, feel comfortable sharing the password to other people as they reach out to you. All righty. So, hi everyone. My name is Shamika Moore. I'm the founder and career coach of More Impactful Career. I was networking with Chris, through LinkedIn, and we happened to chat. I do monthly job club webinars and so forth. So she asked me if she could share that information with her Job Corps alumni and students. And I suggested that we have our own webinars for you guys. So, sorry, I'm letting people in. So I just wanted to just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself and just talk about the topic of today, which is the act of empowering yourself and others to change lives. I think when we think about empowerment, we usually think about ourselves, or sometimes we just think about how it impacts other people and not ourselves. So I want to go into a little detail with that. So again, my name, we'll do introductions. We'll talk about the act of empowerment. We will talk about ways to empower yourself and others, and tips to empower your peers, and what actions, call to actions you can do if you need creative ways to empower others in your environment, in your classroom, or even your staff or peers. So again, my name is Shamika Moore. I'm the founder and career coach of More Impactful Career. I started my business in 2017. I'm a certified career coach. I graduated from Johnson Wells in Providence in 2002, undergrad, in 2006, grad school. I also was a past business admin instructor for Exeter Job Corps in Rhode Island. So it's kind of funny that I'm doing this now. I was teaching in Rhode Island in 2008 to 2012. And plus, I have about over 15 years experience in workforce development, career coaching, and adult education. So the act of empowerment, what is that? It's the ability to do something about your needs, your wants, your opinions, your beliefs, or your feelings. When we think about empowering others or empowering ourselves, what type of empowerment does that consist of? There's actually different types of empowerment. There's economic, there's political, there's culture, and there's societal. Sorry. Oops, I lost my presentation. Give me one sec. All right. So the first one is economic, how people work to create wealth. is one of the ways we think about empowerment. Political is all the things we do to organize ourselves and make decisions. Culture is everything that, such as food, language, clothes, spiritual beliefs, and ideals. And then we have societal, everything people do when they live, work, and play together. So if you think about empowerment in this situation, we're going to talk about the work and how we can encourage each other in the workplace for empowerment purposes. So what can you do for empowerment, right? You can empower yourself step by step with patience and determination. I think sometimes when we think about empowerment or making a difference in our lives or in other people's lives, we want it done right away. We want results right away. We want to see everything happen very quickly. But when you think about ways to empower yourself, what does that look like? I know sometimes we always think about the negative. What could go wrong? What can we do differently? You know, we don't really think about too much of the positive. So I tell people, you know, that self-talk, you talk more to yourself than anyone else. So how do you make sure that you're empowering yourself before you can even impact anyone else? So you want to repeat affirmations to yourself. I know it sounds funny, but it does work. Those affirmations, repeating those, you know, slowly they become truth. You want to build self-appreciation. You want to appreciate who you are now and what you have done and what you bring to the table. And just remember that no one is perfect. You know, we always want to be this perfect version of ourselves, or we portray that, or we have masks that we wear. So we just want to make sure that, you know, we remember no one's perfect. So when we're thinking about, you know, that self-appreciation, think about, okay, you know, I will make mistakes and that's okay. You know, and with that, taking responsibility, you know, so when you do make mistakes or when you do need to learn something different or new, take that responsibility because it gives you back that control and gives you the empowerment that you need to go to the next level. And kindness, right? We always think about being kind to others. What about ourselves? Show ourselves kindness. Treat others the way we want to be treated, and the way we treat others. So think about that. You know, how do you treat others? You know, if it's with kindness, give yourself that same grace and empathy that you give other people. And I always say it's kind of funny when we think about empowering ourselves, we don't think about our posture, right? The way we stand, you know, are we slumping a lot? You know, it tells a lot about, you know, what we're going through at the moment. So just positioning yourself and having that good posture will change your mood, you know, and give you the empowerment you need when you need to look someone directly in their eyes or just even have a conversation when you have to advocate for yourself. And giving yourself pep talks. I have a client that I'm working with, and we were talking about, you know, what do you say to yourself when you're trying to reach a goal? And everything that she was saying to herself was very negative, you know, so switching that talk into something positive, giving yourself pep talks. If you have to do a workshop or a presentation, or if you're starting a new job or looking for a new job, what do you say to yourself? Give yourself that pep talk. Remind yourself that you can do it. Again, stop negative self-talk, but most importantly, create a support team or a support system, people that you can work with and people who can encourage you and tell you when you're going down the right path or when you need to make some adjustments. I think we always try to do things on our own because we want to seem that we're perfect or that we're overachievers, but knowing that you have a support team who's going to cheerlead you along the way is really important. I usually call that your personal board of directors. You know, people that you can call on who had different impacts in your life and different roles in your life, and make that your support system, your, again, your personal board of directors. And most important, always learn something new, you know, learn more, you know, and I think that empowers us to understand and not make assumptions. So the more we learn, the more we're capable of believing in ourselves and what message we give out to others. and learn to be comfortable with ways to say no. Again, when we think about empowerment, we're like, yes, 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 we can do it. Yes, we can. But sometimes you have to step back and say, no, do I have the time right now to do what is asked of me? Do I need to rest versus saying yes to everything? And lastly, let your faith help you through. I think that's really important. Whatever faith base you believe in, knowing that it's okay. And you have faith that things are going to keep going forth. Give me one sec. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna move on. And of course, please feel free to jump in. I don't want this to just be me talking at you guys. If you wanna put something in the chat or if you wanna chime in, please feel free to do so. Let's see. So when I was thinking about tips to empower yourself, your peers and others, it was kind of tough a little bit, because there's so many ways we can empower individuals, but kind of like figure out what works best for you. And these are some of the things that I do that work best for me when I'm trying to empower my coworkers, I'm trying to empower my clients, or even just a friend. First of all, you want to demonstrate that you are trustworthy. Allow others to accomplish tasks and projects in their own way. So when I'm working with individuals, I want to be like, I trust you. I trust your abilities. I trust who you are. You may do things a little different than I would, but I'm giving you the right to do that. I'm here to guide you throughout the process. So again, just allowing others to accomplish tasks and projects their own way, and maybe you'll learn something along the way, but giving them their empowerment to do so and their encouragement to do so. And I believe, again, encouraging others to self-improve, which is really important in the environment that we work in. When you learn a new skill, it's better for your professional and personal life. It's better for the employer. And it's overall just better for the people that you impact. So you want to make sure that you're learning and that you're also encouraging others to learn new skills. So if you have a peer or a coworker who's like, you see something in them and you're like, hey, how about you, work on the skill? I see that you're really good with PowerPoint, or I see that you're a really good speaker. Encourage them to develop that skill and learn something new. And always communicate your vision clear. All right, make sure everyone's on the same page. So if you're in a leadership role, or if you just have a vision, or you're doing a volunteer project, you just want to make sure that everyone knows their role and what is expected out of them, and empower them to do that. That way they won't overstep each other. Because when people start overstepping each other, that's when, conflict starts. So again, communicate a clear vision in your classroom, at work, in a meeting, whatever the case may be, have a vision in place. That way everyone know what the end game is. And most importantly, don't avoid small talk. I think sometimes we get so consumed in the work that we do, that we're like, okay, I need to meet this deadline. I need to do A, B, C, D, I don't have time to sit down with my peers or my employees and engage in one-on-one communication. But again, I truly believe taking the time just to build relationships, builds trust, and encourage others to self-improve, and communicates a very clear vision of what you expect from others and yourself. So, make a habit to sit down, have a one-on-one conversation, have coffee, during your coffee break, or even just have lunch. Get to know people, a little deeper, find out about their dog. I have a cat, so I always talk about my cat to people, but find out a little bit more about who they are as people. And that way you can know what ways to empower them, how to impact them, what goals do they have, how can you be a support system. And I also believe in supporting vacation time and flexibility. I know it's kind of funny where we're all like, oh, we have to get this done. We have goals to reach. We have to make sure so many students graduate, or, you know, I have to make sure that so many clients get jobs, or whatever the case may be. If you see that your colleagues or your peers are becoming burnt out, encourage them to take a personal day. Encourage some flexibility in their schedule because it's needed. You know, you're no good to yourself unless you're good, you know, you can't be any good to others unless you're good to yourself. So I want to make sure that you guys really support vacation time, taking a half a day, having some flexibility, but just being like, if you really see people burning out, keep them from burning out. You know, right now we're in an environment and we're working different. A lot of people are working from home, you know, or whatever the case may be. So having some boundaries is really important. All right, any questions? Ooh, sorry, we have someone waiting to get on. Okay, sorry about that. Any questions, please, again, feel free to let me know. Next, I think inspiring creative thinking is another way you can empower others and your peers. Use the minds that are around you and encourage others to share their creative solutions to challenging tasks and problems. Again, you know, I think we all can think differently. We all have creative solutions. It's just people allowing us to speak that and to encourage others to share that. And I think we can become more innovative in the things that we do. So again, inspire creative thinking. And then show your appreciation for the effort that others do. A simple thank you, a thank you card, a thank you email or text, just saying, you know, thank you for your hard work. I see you, I hear you. I think it goes a long way, and people are more willing to produce more and produce better because they know that their efforts are being appreciated. They know that their boss or their colleague or their peer sees them. It's human nature. We all need that, sometimes that verification and just saying you are doing very good. You are doing a good job. Like that little gold star that we used to get growing up. Lead from within. So when you empower people, you influence not only them, but the people that they influence. So knowing if even negative or positive empowerment or influence, you know, what you do to others can affect other people. So it's a trickle effect. You know, so and it takes time to see that growth and that change. So if you're empowering one or two people, know that that same actions and act of kindness is being given to someone else. So let's make sure that you're empowering yourself and you're empowering others. So let's see. So benefits of empowering others. You know what, again, like we said, because it changes lives, you know, that's the benefit. There's no really negative impact when you're empowering people in a positive way. You're helping others reach new heights, you're creating new attitudes, you're giving them what they need by sharing information, you model ways to empowerment, right? And you groom others for leadership. So knowing, again, that you're changing someone's life is really important, and you want to change it for the positive. You don't want to change it for the negative. So there's taking that opportunity to do little small gestures will make a huge impact. So I just want to challenge everyone, ways to empower, ways to take action. You know, give out compliments that you actually mean, because people know when you're telling them the truth or not. You know, so you want to give out those compliments, and you want to encourage and speak and act with honesty, and that empowers people to continue on. You want to listen to others. Teach a class if you have a skill that's unique and different. Take some time to teach others that skill that you have. So if it's teaching a webinar like this or teaching a class, you know, getting involved in your community is so huge, and it just another trickle effect. right? You know, get involved in art projects. If you are an artist, recently I'm seeing a lot of murals and art. The artists are coming out during the protests and they're giving back to the community in their own way, you know, and is empowering other ones to continue to let them know that they're being heard. So even if you're an artist or you write poetry, whatever it is, you know, you can empower others in that way. You want to mentor a student or a child, I think those one way you can help out, or volunteer in a local organization. Take time to even just talk to a stranger. You know, like people like to be heard. And sometimes you don't know if you take that 5 or 10 minutes to hear a stranger, the impact and the positivity that you can have in their life could be huge. You just never know. And also just be aware of your body language. You know, I think sometimes people are stand off from us because they're not sure, you know, just by your body language. If you're even approachable, you know, the classroom, are you approachable in the classroom? Are you approachable at work? Just think about that, you know. Be sincere, reach out to friends and relatives that are at a distance. And I think while we're going through a pandemic, we're going through COVID, we're going through protests, we're going through so many different things, and reaching out to friends and families is huge now. I know I personally take time to reach out to my mom who's in Alabama. We do every week, we do FaceTime and we just talk and we chat. You know, I may not be able to see her, you know, in person, but I can still have that encouragement from her and vice versa. Just getting on a FaceTime or a Weber or Zoom, you know, Facebook Messenger, wherever the case may be. And give a thoughtful gift. I'm really like, I appreciate, you know, even this, it doesn't even have to be a huge gift. You can mail someone a, a thank you card. You know, I don't think we get snail mail anymore. We don't get mail like actual, besides bills, we don't get anything that's really like thoughtful. So taking time to like send out packages. I have a friend in New York who's a nurse. So, you know, we all gathered together and sent her care packages out, and she was surprised, and that was encourage her and empower her to keep going. Because we don't know what struggles people are going through. So if someone pops in your head, someone let thank you know, or thank you give, or thoughtful give. Again, project positivity and eliminate negative thoughts. I'm all about, you know, even in like your posts on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or whatever, giving people positivity, because we're so consumed in what's negative happening around us. So when someone sees like a little positive quote or message, it encourages them to empower them to keep going. And give out encouragement instead of criticism. I would say, you know, that method of if you have something negative to give, like information to give to someone, start off with something positive, tell them the negative or the challenges or the thoughts or whatever, you know, the negative aspect, then end with something encouraging. So encouragement, truth, if it's hard, negative or not, then something, again, positive encouragement. So I definitely wanted to take a little time, and I hope this webinar actually empowered you guys to just keep going throughout the challenges that you're facing right now with COVID, with working from home, or not sure what's next, or come out with new ways to teach your students or your peers, and also just engaging with those that you work with. So if you have any questions, I'm definitely gonna open it up. Let's see. Feel free to unmute yourself. Even if you can give me some feedback, was this helpful for you? Is there something else you would like to discuss? I'm totally open. Let's see. To be more approachable. I think some of the tips to be more approachable is, again, your body language. How can you, how do you portray yourself? Are you just very, like, for example, I'm not a morning person. And I tell my coworkers that all the time. I'm like, when I first walk through the door, I'm very focused on tasks, getting things done. But I still want you to feel comfortable approaching me if you have a question or concern. So just being your authentic self is really important, and people can read that. So you want to be authentic in who you are, and also just communicating if you're having a bad day or something like that. But I really think it goes into your body language, put a smile on your face. And I think people don't think about that. Smile a little bit more. Smile when you talk, I think it's all about the tone you give out and the energy you give. So that's intentionally been authentic, but also realizing if you're having a bad day or whatever the case may be, you want to let that, you want to portray that. Another question Bill has is, how would you encourage positive reinforcement our students to research for jobs during these challenging times, to search for jobs? Yeah, so I always tell people, be okay to, like, how would I encourage them? It's okay to be rejected, and know that everyone is going through the same things you're going through, and this whole COVID and the other things that are happening, no one saw that coming. So being able to readjust is going to be important. And I always just tell people just to start small. It may take time for you to find a job, but give yourself goals to meet. So like, look for 2 jobs a day versus 5 jobs a day. Think outside the box, look at your transferable skills, but really just encourage them to know that they're not alone. There's a lot of people who are out of work right now. They don't know what's next, but you're there to support them throughout the process. So they have you as a support system to guide them and to help them look for the next opportunity or the job that they're looking for. And it's okay if the job you take isn't what you thought it would be, but knowing that you're still gaining skills and that you're ready. And so when other opportunities pop up, you can just transfer over to what you really want to do. You're welcome, Bill. Any other questions, guys?
I have a question. So you mentioned affirmations. Could you give some more like examples of what that might look like in terms of like self-empowerment, or how you can create, a self-designed affirmation?
Sure. So what I will do, I have a list of affirmations I give to my clients. I will email that out to everyone along with this PowerPoint presentation and recording. But some of the affirmations that I suggest is like, I am safe. I think right now people don't feel safe and they don't feel comfortable. So speaking those things that you usually like, oh, I don't feel safe. Instead of saying, I don't feel safe, I am safe. I am empowered. I will find a job that will I will find the job that will provide the income that I need to pay my bills. You just really want to switch those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. The I am statements are really important. I will apply for 5 jobs a week and I will have 3 interviews. You just want to reaffirm the things that you're seeking. So I would definitely share some affirmations that I have, that I give out to others.
Thank you.
You're
that would be
welcome.
really helpful.
Okay.
I think one other question along with that is like, for students, they, they kind of get down and out very easily. And, as an instructor and, we have these expectations of like, applying to a certain number of jobs a week and stuff.
Correct.
And how I guess how can we, you know, with encouraging words, or if you have any like examples of encouraging words that we can utilize, you know,
Okay.
working with them to empower them to kind of keep moving. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have any. Yeah.
So, like, one suggestion I do have, you know, before the day starts, or you know, I forgot what class start, like 7:45 in the morning or something. Um, but you want to actually just bring everyone together and have a team meeting and give people the opportunity to express how they're feeling, any concerns they have, any help that they need, you know, so that morning check-in, you know, so intentionally giving out a positive quote or encouraging words, you know, first thing in the morning, you know, to get them started, you know, I think it's really important. So, you know, like in some of my jobs, you know, we'll meet first thing in the morning and everyone goes around the table and say one thing that they need help with, you know, how are they feeling? You know, I'm feeling really stressed out about this project that's due on Thursday, and I don't think I can meet my deadline. And people will ask, how can I help you? You know, so encourage them to help each other and knowing that they're being heard. Maybe that can be a good approach, but I will send you guys some encouraging words and statements and quotes that you can use.
Cool. That was helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? So I know like right now is a difficult time for everyone. So one of my projects that I'm doing right now is working with women of color who have been impacted by COVID. And what we found helpful was to allow them to grieve, allow them to grieve what they thought would be. So, you know, having that job or graduating or, you know, and just expressing that and telling them it's okay and we all grieve differently. Grief is not just about death. You know, grieving can be like losing a job, losing the opportunity to relocate or graduate in the way walking across the stage or other what your expectations were for this year. And you realize that didn't happen or it's became more difficult to do. So really just allowing people to recognize that their fear or their grief is okay and giving them a safe place to express that. So maybe that can be helpful for the students. Any other questions, guys? I know this was a short presentation, but I do want to make sure that you guys have my contact information. So if you want to reach out to me, I did email everyone and my contact information is there. So feel free just to reach out. I would definitely share some affirmations with you, some words of encouragement you can give to the students, and some quotes that maybe you can post in your classroom. I think that would be helpful. And of course, I will be doing another presentation next Friday. And I believe that's talking about job search during COVID. So encourage your students to join and we will be recording these videos and you can share it out. But we will definitely talk more about job searching during these challenging times and what they can do to hopefully get opportunities because employers are hiring. You know, is the hiring process is different. The interview process is going to be a little different. It may be over the phone. It may be a Zoom meeting. So just getting them prepared for that, that change is going to be huge. And knowing that you're going to have to probably use more technology. Thank you guys. Oh, and thank you for the great feedback. I'm glad this was helpful. Again, you have my contact information. I would definitely share this presentation out to everyone. And again, reach out whenever you feel like it. Thank you. Have a great one.